Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our November board meeting. We are going to call this to order and declare a forum. We're going to be, Veronica Johnson's going to lead us in the pledge and David Rector in the invocation. If everyone could please stand.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Heavenly Father, we come this afternoon thanking you for this day. As we have set aside this day to honor all those men and women who have served this great nation of ours, protecting our rights and our freedoms, enabling us to have the privilege that we do today. We thank you, Lord, for all those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. They gave the very best. Then there was a lot of them, my Heavenly Father, who didn't return back. Pray, oh God, you have mercy on their souls. We also ask your blessings upon their family. And then, oh God, we come asking blessings upon this board and pray for this meeting this evening. And we ask this in Jesus' name. For your sake we do pray. Amen. Amen.
The next item on the agenda is actually the introductory of the Panthers of the Month and Employees of the Month for October. They will be presenting with a certificate, and there's a little biography that Mrs. Branch is going to read for each student. If they can come up, take a picture, and then stay up here until everyone has been announced. And Mr. Molinax will also be assisting.
Okay, Fogg Early Childhood has selected Karis Maitland as their October Panther of the Month. She is the daughter of Jennifer LeCompte and Michael Maitland. She is a first grade student at Fogg Early Childhood. She has two brothers, Stone and Ronan, and two sisters, Rain and Bailey. In her spare time, she enjoys playing with her toys, especially her unicorn. Her favorite color is pink. She likes school because she gets to do math every day. And when she gets older, Karis wants to be a princess. She was selected as Panther of the Month because she is a dedicated student. She has made great gains and continues to flourish in her academics. She has overcome challenges and continues to grow each day. She's a great helper to her teacher and her peers. Fogg Early Childhood is proud to have Karis Maitland as their Panther of the Month. Keyburn Elementary has selected London Burns as their October Panther of the Month. London is a third grader at Keyburn Elementary and is the daughter of Joni Austin and Joe Burns. In her spare time, London enjoys playing roadblocks, jumping on the trampoline, and having fun with her sisters. She also likes basketball. Her favorite subject in school is science. She states, "Science has such cool stuff, like why a heart beats and why we have veins." London said she would like to be a veterinarian when she grows up. There's not an animal she doesn't like. London was selected as Panther of the Month because she is a hard worker, is always willing to help others in class, including her teachers, and is always a sweet young lady. Keyburn Elementary is proud to have London Burns as their Panther of the Month. Charlie Marshall Elementary School has selected Ryan Nossman as their October Panther of the Month. Ryan is a fifth grader at Charlie Marshall Elementary. He is the son of Jamie and Ryan Nossman. Ryan has an older brother named Braden. Ryan has two dogs and two cats. Ryan's favorite color is blue, and he likes to play video games in his spare time. His favorite subject in school is math. He likes school because he loves reading books. Plus, he can learn more than if at home. Ryan's future plan is not to become a failure and attend college to further his education to become a successful veterinarian. Ryan was selected as Panther of the Month because he's always respectful and always puts others first. We are very proud of his hard work and dedication. Please join us in congratulating Ryan Nossman. He is one of the many bright stars we have at Charlie Marshall Elementary School. AC Blunt Middle School has selected Veronica Garcia as their October Panther of the Month. Veronica is an 8th grader at AC Blunt Middle School. She is the daughter of Joey and Leslie Garcia. Veronica has an older sister who graduated from Aransas Pass and now works as a cosmetologist. Veronica has one little Yorkie named Maddie. Veronica's favorite things to do in their spare time are singing and playing the guitar alongside her dad. Something that might surprise others about Veronica is that she was a cheerleader when she was younger. Her favorite class at school is art because she loves to draw. She's also in the journalism class where she's learning about photography. When she graduates from high school, she hopes to attend college and major in creative arts. Veronica was selected as Panther of the Month because she is a dedicated student. She was nominated by her teachers because she always follows the rules, makes good choices, and is a good example for her fellow classmates. AC Blunt Middle School is proud to have Veronica Garcia as their Panther of the Month. Last but not least, Aransas Pass High School has selected Dylan Cole for their September Panther of the Month. Dylan is a senior at APHS. He is the son of Jerry and Misty Cole. Dylan plays varsity baseball and golf for the Panthers and is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. In his spare time, Dylan loves hunting and fishing with his parents. He has a passion for wildlife and wants to make a difference in the areas of conservation and public service. Therefore, he will be attending Texas A&M International University in Laredo when he graduates from high school to pursue a career in law enforcement. Dylan was selected as Panther of the Month because he is a dedicated student. He's always polite and displays good citizenship, a willingness to help others in any situation, and kindness to others. Aransas Pass High School is proud to have Dylan Cole as their Panther of the Month. Congratulations, guys.
Big enough?
Congratulations, guys. Okay, Employee of the Month. We're going to start with Falk Early Childhood has selected Amanda Carlson as their October Employee of the Month. This is her first year with Aransas Pass, but her second year teaching. She truly enjoys being with the kids and knowing that she is making an impact on them. In her spare time, she works out, hangs out with friends, and attends church. This year, Ms. Carlson took the lead organizing the Fall Festival. She showed her willingness, dedication, and go-getter attitude by taking on such a huge project. With her skills and the assistance of her peers, the Fall Festival was a success. Falk Early Childhood is proud to have Amanda Carlson as their Employee of the Month. Congratulations. Keyburg Elementary has selected Courtney Dieter as their October Employee of the Month. This is her first year with Aransas Pass, but her second year teaching. She previously taught in San Antonio and is happy to be back in Aransas Pass with her family. Courtney came to us after the school year started and has jumped right in, becoming an essential part of the team. She is doing an excellent job motivating her third grade math students and inspiring them to love learning. Keyburg Elementary is proud to have Courtney Dieter as their Employee of the Month. Charlie Marshall Elementary School has selected Priscilla London as their September Employee of the Month. That's why you look at the whole word, not just the first letter. Priscilla is a 3-year teaching veteran with all 3 years as a part of the APISD Charlie Marshall Elementary family. For the 2017-2018 school year, Mrs. London accepted the challenge of teaching 2 tested subjects, When asked to take on the new challenge of teaching reading for the first time, in addition to continue teaching writing, Mrs. London was eager to accept. 2018-19 school year brought about a few changes in personnel and the master schedule. She again stepped right up. She offered to give up teaching reading, the subject she was more comfortable with, to do what she had proven to be good at, teaching writing. Mrs. London's personal drive to grow in her profession, step up to new challenges, and her willingness to always do what's best for the kids are all qualities that make Charlie Marshall Elementary proud to honor her as their Employee of the Month. Congratulations. Crystal Sammons was selected by her fellow teachers as Employee of the Month at A.C. Blunt Middle School because of the hard work and dedication she exhibits for our students. This is her teaching biography in her own words. In this, my 9th year of teaching, I find myself again surrounded by beautiful children with exciting potential who will teach me things yet unknown. Having enjoyed classes with students from grades 5th through 12th and over multiple contents, there has continuously existed the reciprocal flow of knowledge, both academic and experimental, enhancing my pedagogy and joy in my vocation. From CCISD, Flower Bluff, and one hurricane year in Aransas County, I arrived in AP via AC Blunt, with the opportunity to guide our lovely 6th graders in honing their English language art skills. There is no flippancy in my assertion. Truly, my students are kind, sincere children with genuine concern for the well-being of others. This extends to studies as well. Almost all of them want to do well. They are making my first year in APISD a real pleasure. My 3 children are in their 20s and are all 7th-generation Texans, even though their mom is an Alabama girl. 28 years in Texas and the last decade filled with nurturing other people's children has provided me with a richly blessed life. As my middle daughter said to me a few years back, "Mom, I'm glad it takes at least 104 kids to replace us." We are proud to have such a great example like Crystal Sammons at AC Blunt Middle School. Congratulations. Again, last but not least, Elia McNeil was selected by her fellow teachers as Employee of the Month at APHS because of hard work and dedication she exhibits for our students. This is her abbreviated teaching biography. I'm a woman of 2 worlds. I was 30 years old and did not speak English when I immigrated from Mexico. However, now I am bilingual and a recent graduate. I earned my bachelor's degree from Texas A&M University Corpus Christi in Spanish and a minor on Mexican American Studies. I teach Spanish levels 1 and 2, and I love working with my students. Most importantly, I love the way they are acquiring a second language through motivation, technology, and following the norms from the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Language. I have 2 children. Frank is 21, an independent young man attending college and working at a local restaurant, and Valerie is 12. She is in 7th grade and loves art, sports, and science. My son and daughter are my world. I am thankful for my amazing mentors and support from the school administration at APHS. I am devoted to improve my teaching and my professional career as a whole here at APISD. I am a proud Panther. Muchas gracias for all your support and trust. Congratulations.
I have your beautiful ballad in my class.
Some of these teachers look like students. We're going to move on with the agenda for the parents and students that are wanting to go home and eat and have dinner and possibly do homework. You can leave at this time, or you are more than welcome to stay. We are going to be moving on with the meeting. Thank you all very much for coming.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is public comments. No one here to speak publicly? We're going to move on. next item is information. Highlights from the Student Advisory Council's meeting held November 6th are included in the board's information, and the superintendent will give us a little briefing.
Well, I believe tonight that we have some of our representatives here. We wanted to recognize them. We invited them the last time to come, but I believe it was a holiday, so I'm sure they had other things to do. So we're so glad they're here. So I think you have their names.
Thomas, can you stand? Welcome. Savannah Holland, Avery Brundrett, sorry. Haleyana Longoria. Thank you all very much for coming.
Say that this group is extraordinary, and I want to let Ms. Branch or Mr. Rector speak to this particularly, but I just wanted to say before they begin how proud I am of them. In this last meeting especially, they gave us some tremendous ideas that we're working on. So Mr. Rector and Ms. Branch were in attendance, so I know they might want to share.
I just want to say they're a great group, and they're very open, and have some very good ideas that we're going to be looking into. And thank you for attending the meeting and for coming tonight.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate it.
We have some very bright students here at Aransas Pass. That's 4 examples right there. Kudos to you.
And we did get a brief of the meeting, a briefing with actual quotes from several of you of your concerns and recommendations. So please be aware that you're being heard, and we hope to implement some of them. It may not be tomorrow, but again, please be aware that you're being heard and your voice is being listened to, okay? Thank y'all all very much for coming.
Thank you.
We're going to move on. The next item is an action item. It's the minutes of the following meetings. For October 8th, which is the regular board meeting, we need to approve the 8th, October 16th, which was a special meeting and a workshop, October 23rd, which was a special board meeting, and November 5th, which was also a special board meeting. We all have the notes and the agendas from the previous meetings.
The only thing I saw is on October 16th, it said trustee Patricia Branch was present, and it says absent was trustee Patricia Branch.
Also the same thing for the 23rd.
Yeah, I think it's on there twice.
So were you here or not here?
I was not here.
Okay, you can make those changes. Anyone else have any other comments or concerns?
With the corrections, I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have Mr. Stansberry and a second by Mr. Rector. All in favor? I'm sorry. I'm going to say all, never mind. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Action carries. Moving on. Okay, the next item is a superintendent report. The interim superintendent will share the updates on the following public relations report, Teachers Advisory Council, and calendars of the upcoming events.
Thank you. As you're aware, we have begun a push to do some various social media fronts to share with our community and one another the great things that are going on on our campuses. Our first stop has been through Facebook. Every campus now has a Facebook account, as well as our district. Some of our campuses, they just now began with a Facebook account. The challenge was to have at least 3 academic posts a week, and all of our campuses are doing well beyond that. I think they were a little nervous about, 3 a week, how will we find time and what information, but I think as they got out there and they started, sometimes when you just stop and think about it and you really take time to look around, you realize, it's kind of like that saying, count your many blessings. When you stop and you look around and you see what's really going on, you see the great things happening, the great things our students are doing, our teachers are doing each day. In order to track this, to see that we're making progress and how we can enhance what we're doing, Miss Blaze Anderson, I'm calling her my Facebook guru, because she has gotten into it. We have given her the access to monitor it and see where we are. So she has provided quite a few reports for us to give us a look into how we're doing at this point. I've asked her to give us a quick overview of each of these because these are new reports that you'll see. And if you have any questions, she could answer them for us. So,
Okay, so I pulled some information. Facebook's really easy to use in that it gives a lot of data on your followers and the type of reach that you're, and the number of people that you're reaching with your business page. So I pulled 3 different pieces of information that you probably will be able to best grasp. Those are going to be likes, and I pulled those for campus and for also the district page. Likes, engaged users, and then total reach. So likes are the number of people who have actually physically liked your page, and they're going to be seeing your posts when you post them most of the time. Engaged users, those are people who they clicked on your post, they reacted to your post, they shared your post, they viewed your photo or viewed your video. Those are going to be the people who have actually interacted with your post. But a big one is also reach. Now, reach doesn't necessarily mean that they've interacted with your post, but they've seen it in one way or another. And so likes are a really good indicator of number of people that you're seeing that are going to see your posts more regularly. And so that's one thing we like to track because, as you can see with the campus pages that have recently started, especially the high school, and even numbers have increased since I pulled this report last week. We had a really, really large increase. Even Walk Keeper, which they've had a page since last year, they still had an increase of almost 50 people in that short increase when we started our vision study to now. Reach is really important to know because when you have a page, a good example is the district posted about the Ingleside APISD canned food drive that we're doing. We posted about that, and we only have a little under 3,000 followers of the district page, but we have a reach of almost 5,000 with that post because we had a lot of people share it. So reach is something important to see how many people are seeing your post, or getting involved and seeing what's going on in the community. So the easiest way to improve that is to have more people liking your page, more people sharing your post to all their friends, so those friends who don't like our page can see the post that we have in the district and just start increasing the number of people we're reaching.
Very good.
we shared this with our SAC team on our meeting. It was Tuesday, and Blaze noticed that the next day it jumped, and we believe it's because they went. We asked them to go and share it, and I told them, I said, I realize Facebook is not what the young people do anymore. It's the old people's social shared site. But I appreciated that you went out and started sharing the words with all your old parents and whoever you shared with that has Facebook. So, but you can see by the data, just in a short period of time, that there's been, we've reached a lot of people with great information. That gives them the positive things to be talking about in Walmart, HEB, wherever they are. And when they say about 3 positives to overcome 1 negative. So we're trying to make sure we're pushing out so many positives, the negatives are drowned out.
Now, if we looked at adding like Instagram and Twitter for people to look at?
Not yet, but that is on our radar to begin. We wanted to start in one place, get that off the ground and running, because we want to make sure that whatever we do it to the best of our ability. So we didn't want to overwhelm everyone, because some of those areas, for some of us, that's going to be a learning curve.
Yes.
And we always want to make sure we, I don't know if I said this right, tweet correctly. Is that right? Is that how you say that? Yes.
Can I say something about like the social media thing?
That's up to the
Of course.
board president.
Yep.
Okay, I have an idea now. So we have your book, good pictures do well on Instagram. Also, AC Blunt has a journalism thing I heard them talk about. So maybe they can make an account and then your book can make an account too. So I would cover AC Blunt and the high school.
And post it on
Instagram.
Instagram.
So that should be our next stop.
That should be our next stop.
Yeah, it might be a legal issue as far as posting, but we could look into it and make sure we can put people's
We have to
representative from.
Yes, for any pictures that we post, we ensure the principals made sure that they looked into who has signed off that their pictures could be posted. posted.
Yeah, 'cause
So we.
because some parents are very sensitive about their kids being out there and on Facebook or any network just for safety purposes and other strange people stalking them. So we have to watch out for you in that aspect. So yes, it definitely could be something we could consider. Thank you.
Great idea. Yeah.
Okay, we got the Teachers Advisory Council.
Yes, the teachers, our student advisory council, I have started a teacher advisory council, and we just met again today at 3 o'clock. We meet the 3 before the board meeting each month. This is the same premise as having the teachers have a voice and share out. And their task this past month was, their first task last month was to go back and what makes AP awesome. Because we don't want to fix something that's not broken. So that was the first thing they were doing, was asking their peers what is awesome. And so we looked at that, and pulled that data together. And then this past month, they were looking at big ideas. What are some big ideas that we want to look at as a district to move our district from good to great or to excellent? So they brought those ideas in, and I asked them to bring 3 big ideas. And every one of them brought 4 to 5. And so it was very exciting to see that they had good input from their peers, fantastic ideas. And so I'm pulling all of that information together. I'm sorry I did not have it for you tonight. I wasn't thinking, like I told Blaze when I planned these meetings the night of the board meeting, I wasn't smart thinking that needs to be like the week before like we do our students. But I'm going to be pulling that together tomorrow, visiting with the administrative team about the ideas, so we can kind of prioritize them. And then I'm going to be giving them out to you as board members as a report and plan of action for how to move forward with these ideas. Because I think the things we're hearing from our students and from our teachers, they're in the trenches every day. They know better what we need than any of us. And so I think it's important to give them a voice and then take their suggestions and see what we can do to make our district the best that it can possibly be. So more to come on that.
So how many teachers do we have involved?
We have 2 from each campus. Well, 2 from each campus, but I think Keyburger and Fall each sent 1. So eventually there'll be 1 campus. So there. It's been a great conversation. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it.
And then, of course, we all got the calendar
Yes.
for the next 2 months.
I just want to bring up a few things to your attention. There's a lot of athletic pieces here, a lot of great things. And of course, this Friday night will be by district for our high school football team, 7:30 p.m. in Fall City playing Marion. On this Wednesday, you have a chance to come out. AC Blunt's doing a community food drop, 1:30 to 3. First time we've done that, and that's going to be a great community service that we're having our students begin to think not just about what we receive, but how we can give back to our community. So I think that's a great project that you might want to come out and see or even be a part of. I'm sure they'll put you to work. In December, we've got the Early Act first night on the 7th. If you haven't been a part of that, come to Charlie Marshall at 1:30 and you can see what all is involved there. And then something I've been looking forward to as someone new to Aransas Pass, December 13th, that holiday open house. So I'm looking forward to it. I've heard nothing but great things about it and great food. So I'm looking forward to that. So it's that time of year where there's a lot of fun things happening. So I hope you can come out to any of the activities that you possibly can.
I saw I saw on Facebook about the Battle of the Bay Canned Good Drive. And it's on, I mentioned earlier, they put it up on Facebook. Can you explain what that's about, or?
I do not know.
Thomas, he's on.
Thomas, okay.
It's on Facebook, so
Okay.
it's like a 3 or 4 day competition. I think it's between us and Ingleside, right?
So our high school is having a little friendly competition with Ingleside's high school. It started today, and we're going to stop collecting canned goods till Thursday. We're going to stop Thursday afternoon. Basically, every day we get donations, we count them, and then we send them our count, and they're going to send us their count, and then we're going to announce it, kind of like keep it stacking. But we're gonna donate our food to different local food banks in the area. Student council hasn't voted yet where we're gonna donate them, but that's gonna come up in one of our next meetings.
Is it just students or is it community people, anybody involved?
Anyone can donate. It's kind of student council that's doing it, like our student council versus Ingleside Student Council.
You trust them to count it right?
Hoping they're good Christian people.
Exactly, right.
What about the winners and losers?
Whoever loses, the winning school gets to go to their school and decorate a wall.
Oh, that's a great idea.
But our parents can donate to go to school and donate as
Yes.
well, so it's just not the students, it's anybody can donate.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, anybody can, yeah.
So that's separate than the food drop.
Yes,
Yes.
that's a different
That's a different-
activity that they've done. So
Okay.
who's
Bring it to the
ahead
high
so
school.
far?
I'm
Yes.
not sure, they haven't texted me
We
today.
have
Oh,
a
they have
box,
taken-
when you walk in to the left, there's one place, I don't know where they have the other.
I know Charlie Marshall has a competition to help support the NHS, so you can send it to school
Okay.
at Charlie Marshall, and
All the campuses,
I think all the campuses are, but I know that there's a teacher class competition for popsicles.
Okay.
Oh, that's a big thing, yeah, that's a big thing.
And everyone in this room needs to bring a bag of canned goods.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Ramen noodles, we heard somebody else, I bought a big pile of ramen noodles, and count each one of those as a can.
Oh, those count as one each?
I believe so. That's nice.
Well,
Those are
that one.
Pick up a case.
I have a question. Is Keybar not having early act first night?
We are, it's after we get back from Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't on here and I was like,
No, we're having it.
okay, that's what I thought, but
we done already.
just checking. Because I'll be here this time. Thank you.
Moving along, we're having the monthly reports, the accounts payable report, the budget status investment report, the bond project update, tax collections, and enrollment reports, which we all have in our packets. These is just information items. Is there any questions or presentations that need to be, any discussion need to be had? It's looking better all the time. Ms. Stansberry, you're on the budget status and investment reports from October. Is there anything you want to add that we don't already know?
There's nothing special, it's just
Routine. Any questions, comments? We're moving along then. The next item is bond project update, an update on finances pertaining to the bond project to include that we have portion in our packets. And this will be presented. Cheryl, do you have any input on that?
I'm ready if y'all have some questions. This is an update from a report that I gave you earlier. What I did before was give you some detail on other projects. What I did on the first page, which is the cash report, what I was trying to show you is the initial bond proceeds that were deposited and the interest that we've earned in that account to date is at $346,000. That is not budgeted yet. So that's there to help pay for fees or other things that need to be purchased. So we can talk about that later. I wanted to show you to date, as of October 31st, of all construction and other projects, we'd spent $10 million out of the 17 in fees. So total, we paid $11,253,000 from the bond proceeds. The bottom half of that is to show how we match up our funds that's in the bank and in our investments in Logic. So our available funds pretty much match up with what our projects are. I wanted to point out the remaining construction and other fees that's more in detail on the second page of the report. I've given a lot more detail on that. There's a green line, the balance remaining of original contract. Under other projects, that's what's left out of the $2 million of other projects from the fund. So that's what we have left out of the $2 million. Other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory.
And remind, the others was the air conditions.
Okay, on the last page, I've got a list of all the other projects that we have.
Of course you do.
And I did put more detail on this one. I showed what the amount of the project was and what we paid to date as of October 31st, and what the balance of that is. And that balance is included in the other projects, on the cash report.
So all of the air condition, the phone system, all of that is taken out of his bottom line on your bond fund report, the $1,124,000 left? That's with these numbers taken out?
The
It doesn't have a page, oh, it does, at page 46, it's on my computer downloaded it. Just making sure I'm reading this right.
You want to project it, do we have it where we can project it?
You see page 46 in the middle, you're saying that's the remaining,
out of other projects,
the remaining of original contract.
I've got the $2 million. We've spent $875,000
Yep.
today.
Is that these funds,
Yes.
the air conditions, the, okay, okay. So we're doing pretty good then.
Yes, that's why we wanted to bring it tonight, because we know that as we're moving forward, we're getting, getting closer to finishing the two big projects with the elementary campus and the athletic complex. But we know moving forward, we have some things we want to show you here in a little bit during the construction update, some things, decisions to make whether you want to add or not to certain areas. So we wanted you to be able to see the big picture moving forward, and then thinking about next, because there's still the concession stand area, and then you had other things that you had talked about doing that had to do with security and so forth. So just some conversations we want to have there to begin to give administration direction on which way to start moving forward with the next projects. So we want to make sure that you kind of have that big picture, and it's not quite as gloomy as it may have seemed at first, because as we're getting closer, everyone's worked hard to get this done without there being a lot more cost.
Okay. This is an information item. Does anyone have any other questions or concerns? Thank you.
And I really appreciate Cheryl doing it.
Yeah.
This is a lot of people together, and while she's in FEMA and just everything else hitting her all at once.
Sure, a big asset to the district here.
Yeah.
Impact aid, that's.
Impact aid is our,
We're trying to spend that money.
we're paying for that $2 million. Or Cheryl is.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Very nice to hear. The next item is a tax collection report from October 2018. All the information is included. We still have $10,500,000 outstanding. Of course, no one's paid it. Most people don't pay till January, right? Right.
Trying to pay it off on our next year. I don't know.
Any questions or discussion? Moving on. The next item is also information on enrollment for the month of October. Administration, have any comments?
Well, we're just seeing a very slow uptick, a couple at a time. So I know that we're having a complete family that's going to be leaving us, moving to live with other families, so that might take us back down to kind of doing that up and down. Sometimes during the holidays, you'll see that, but we're holding steady. And then hopefully, we're hearing a lot more is happening with construction being completed on the apartments that are being rebuilt. And then new apartments supposed to be begin construction soon too. So I think as we go through the spring, I think we're all predicting we're going to begin to see more and more of our students come back along with new students coming. So we'd love to see the growth a little quicker, but we cut the staff back to the bone, so it's probably a blessing in disguise until we can have a chance to grow the staff back with the population.
Thank you very much. Any questions, comments? The next item is an action item, the budget amendment. The proposed budget amendment is included for information, with also Cheryl again having any input.
We needed to reclassify some funds to put money into training, and this is like compliance training that we have to have to make sure our teachers are still, that the district's in compliance with our ESL, and then with our GT training, and then if we have new teacher training, that's a part of this, and new pre-K training. That's all included in the second page with the $10,000.
Any questions or comments? Can I hear a motion?
I make a motion to approve the budget amendment as recommended by administration.
We have a motion by Mr. Molinax, second by Mrs. Branch. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion stands. The next item is update on the construction information item.
Yes, tonight we have Todd Brennan here to give us an update and then talk about some of the things that we've been discussing in our construction meetings. We have some pictures to show you, so a lot of fun things. It's exciting. It's getting real exciting. We're getting closer and closer to completion. We all pray. So I'm going to turn it over to Todd.
Okay, thank you, Superintendent, board members, board president, board president. Did they get a copy of this?
Yes.
Okay, so got a few things tonight. I'm going to go over the construction report, the new elementary school. Just going through the photographs. The first photograph is basically me standing on the roof looking back at the entry tower and the part of the second story classroom. So the roof is about 90% complete. You can see there, that's the cap sheet. The second photograph is in the actual library, and I'm looking through the computer lab into the library. So that's basically showing these metal studs and some blocking in the wall for the counters that the computers will sit on there. The third photograph is the entry lobby at the elementary school. So that tower's taking shape there. And then the bottom photograph is the exterior of the elementary main entry, where they're working on the framing of the upper tower portion. And the second sheet of photographs, we just have a couple on there. We've got a meeting tomorrow at the gym, so we'll have a lot more new photographs. But that is basically on the roof of the old high school, looking back at the new gym. And so we're getting ready to get the translucent panels in that are going to go up in the first story. So have the natural light in the gym, and we're ready. Got the roof, the main roof is installed on the new gym, and then starting the lower roof. Probably this part of this week and on the way. The last photograph is roof replacement at the high school in Keyburger. That's showing the high school. So about 95 to 98% of both of those roofs are complete. They're working on trim work around the perimeter, doing all the metal work, downspouts, and some air conditioning tie-in. So that is wrapping up pretty quickly there. Any questions on the construction projects? We've got a video of rendered video of the new gym. So basically, you may have seen this video, but it's gone through maybe 4 or 5 generations, and we're trying to get to the final generation of colors, acoustical wall pattern, logos. We've we've got we started there, it starts in the exterior, so we're walking up at night to the gym, and then we're going through the lobby and into the gymnasium.
Wow.
So we're trying to get all the colors selected and, you know, kind of show you the seating. And so once we kind of get this finalized, we'd like for y'all to have it up on your website. Anybody wants to look at it? But,
Let's be punished.
yeah. So we're gonna pan around to the home side now. You'll see stadium seating in purple in the center. All the scoreboards. You'll see the glass through the lobby. And the upper portions of the skylights are the translucent panels. I'm going to take you to the concession stand, kind of so you can look out and see what you'll see if you're working in the, so you can actually watch the game. In the last portion, we're taking you to the dressing area. So we've modified these a little bit, moving the benches to the perimeter. And then you've got your marker board, pretty simple space, small dressing areas, 16 to 24 feet. And that's it.
That's exciting.
So we've got all the purple and gold colors matched from the existing facility and using that throughout this new facility. The darker colors you saw on the wall were like charcoal. We're looking at kind of introducing a different neutral color for some of the acoustical properties. And then the ceiling we're doing, we had it white, but kind of was overpowering, so we darkened it. And so we're matching some of the panels and then accenting the bottom of the trusses with the golden color, either purple or gold. We're looking at gold right now. But I'm sure you'll have comments on it, and then we'll follow this. But, so this is in the lobby. We wanted to, this is where we have the two, two ticket booth windows. That's now we're going to have basically one large window with two openings so that visitors that come up under the canopy come and buy tickets. And so we're looking at maybe enclosing that a little bit, just give a little bit of security there where you've got a counter space and not really interrupting the whole lobby space. Before we headed outside and we took that out, all we did was put windows in. So a good, some comments came in that we needed to kind of secure that area a little bit better. So we're without really disrupting the space. So we just kind of simply wrap the counter. We have some tickets and money boxes and concrete protected there.
Is that the ledge too, that you put out, you built a ledge out for them to sit things on, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's on the inside, so it's basically got like a countertop. So it's like a 16-inch deep countertop. Because you don't want it too deep, but you don't want it about 16 inches. And then you've got the, you know, like a bank teller windows basically.
That looks good, because he had it flat, and I appreciate Cheryl bringing that to our attention, because we were gonna have to like put a table or something there with all that. Don't look right, so this gives it more of a finished.
So it's a simple way to, it's just a simple economical way, just, you know, to kind of create a little enclosure there without really adding a lot of waste of space in the lobby. And, you know, these can match the exterior as far as split face block. We could do like gold, we could use in purple, so, or we just leave it one. Simple. So, that's where we are. And I think, anything else, we have some, we want to go to you want to show them the secure entry to the high school, that?
Well, I wanted the
No.
ceiling, we needed to talk about the foyer ceiling, that was
Okay, so,
one of
right,
their input.
so the foyer, the ceiling, if you saw the video, we have,
Well, we actually have, we took pictures of what it
Okay.
would look like,
Right.
and, yeah, well.
so you got,
Yes.
so right,
Yeah.
so this is under construction.
There you go.
This is under construction, so we've got, you know, pretty nice high ceilings in there. And before, if you remember, we had clouds, we had acoustical clouds that were patterned. So we took that out to save money, it was like 37,000, save that cost, and we just said, we're gonna paint all this exposed structure in depth work. And so, it's hard to visualize now, but basically everything above you, we're gonna paint probably a charcoal color. But they said, well, you're gonna have a lot of pipes, and it's not gonna look like a finished space. So the other option, the less economical option would be to put a acoustical ceiling, kind of like this, in the lobby at 11 feet, 11 to 12 feet. And what you saw in the video was the clouds, where we did a little bit of mix. We did some exposed structure, and then we did a floating clouds like this. So you kind of had best of both worlds. If you look at the video, that's what we showed in the video.
Right. So we wanted you to see this because, and of course, I'm coming in way after the fact, so when we went on a tour, and I asked, I said, so this is what it's going to look like? And they said, yes, it'll just be painted a darker color. And I just wondered if you, as a board, if that's what you had envisioned, because I know like in the elementary, library, and cafeteria, it's the same kind of industrial look, but it's, the piping's much larger, it's more like ductwork that's painted, not the small little pipes. And so when you saw that nice foyer, that walkway, and you come into the foyer, and it's all so beautiful, and I mean, you look up, and then even if it is painted,
It's like
it
we
looks
forgot
very,
something.
yeah, it looks like you didn't finish it. So I just wanted to make sure you understood that's what it will look like. It'll just be painted, or the other option is to add something back to get it finished out. Did you get the cost on what
I
that
did. If we do a full-blown ceiling like this, it's about $5,000. If we did the clouds, where we have the painted structure, the individual pieces of clouds, it's about $9,500. It's more labor.
Oh, so it's more for the clouds?
It's more for the clouds, that's what they explained, because it's more precise, they've got to work with the lights, and it's just more labor. We might go get it down a little bit, but it's gonna be more than just a full blown.
So the rendition has the clouds in it, because it
Yes.
showed the little spaces, so.
Right.
So we wanted some input from you on, did you bring it, or was I supposed to print that out, like where we were on the contingency?
I brought, it's on here.
Okay, 'cause that might help them make their decision too. Sometimes if you know how much money you've got to spend, or how much you'll go over, you might.
This is it right here. So these are the items. These are the items which include the acoustical wall panels that in the gym that were taken out initially because of cost. The contractor found a more economical way to do it, and so we put that in there. So the lobby cloud ceilings, that was an estimate. I got the actual cost. Full-blown ceiling was $5,000, and that would be about $9,500. So the bottom line is we're we'd be $15,000 over budget if we did it with the full-blown ceiling. It'd be a little bit more than that if we did it with all clouds and structure.
Well, part of that's the acoustical wall panels. 'Cause
Right,
I
which we
don't
have
think
mixed.
we've talked about that a lot either. It was on the wall, panels, something like this. They were in a gray color in the rendition. Those were added back in, just thinking about the noise level, and you see that was an addition 17,000. So when you do the give and take back and forth and adding some of those things back that we felt were important, that's how we ended up with that balance, because that was another big ticket item that was under consideration. So we'd love to hear your input as far as questions or.
Well, the aesthetic feel of the way it would look without anything, I think is worth at least $5,000.
Yeah, I do too.
It really does look unfinished, I think.
And if there's a way we can afford it, I would rather see the 95.
9,500.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to see what we can do. That's a big little, just for a few dollars more.
Yeah.
If we can see how to do it.
Is that clear math, Cheryl, or is there wiggle room there?
Well, we have the interest money that we haven't considered that could be used also.
We still have a concession stand and
Yeah, project.
the projects, and
We have the concession stand.
we didn't have funding for it prior to.
But I believe we've come too far already to make it look shabby. We'll make it look nice.
Either one, but even what Mr. Richter said, if y'all preferred the cloud look. When we went out to bid, we put 11.7 million in the bond for the elementary. And we came in, by the time we cut a bunch of stuff, the contract was 11.5 million, so we're already under what we had put in the bond. So there's a little bit of wiggle room there already that we haven't really addressed. So it's just really y'all's preference, whether you want a full blown or the clouds with a little industrial look.
I can send both options if y'all wanna
Well, see both.
look at it, and then you tell me which y'all wanna go with. I
You
think
may
it
look at
sounds-
it and see the differences, the way it looks is not that much different for the extra cost, so maybe just to see, so they can see it both ways.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Any other comments? This is just information items, so.
And I think he had one other thing, just as we're looking forward to, options, when you start thinking about your next projects, of course, the concession stand, and then one big topic I saw was security. Thinking about the high school, as you're finishing out the look at the high school, the new athletic complex, and thinking about maybe starting there as a security part. We had some, just kind of a vision setting moment here as we start thinking about the next steps. So I'm just going to share that with you.
So this is just kind of a small secure entry piece that would go in front of high school that would give it a different look. It's basically just flat right now, so we're taking a canopy, kind of mimicking the entry of the gym complex with the same colors and materials. We're kind of trying to tie everything together a little bit better together. And then all the windows, for the new entry would be upgraded to Bridgestone, of course, and would be more secure. And then visitors that come in will check in at, before they actually get into the high school. So we replace both, brand new set of doors, and then the second set that are actually there now, those will be replaced with access control. And so you've got some security there at the entry. And so that's kind of what you see. It's a fairly small area, but it works with the existing administration area right now. And the students have access to it. There's a door, and there's also two counter windows, one that addresses the public and the one that addresses the students. So you have that flexibility there. You want to move a reception, type person in that area. So it just gives you another layer of security to the high school. And now you just walk right in. There's really no security.
So they're not bulletproof glass or
You
anything,
can,
it's just two entrances.
Yeah, I mean, I think we
slowed
put
down.
bullet film, you can do that pretty economically, 7 feet below at the glass, that you wouldn't really see. It's less expensive than ballistic glass, but it gives you that security. And we're doing that at the elementary school, so we've got that ready built into the elementary glass at the entry. So, hard to replicate that here. So.
Well, these are things just to think about, because as as we drive by and we see that beautiful athletic complex beginning to really unfold now and take on the look, and you see it next to the current high school, it kind of, there's a
Personality.
yes.
There's-
And so it's like, okay, how do we, not take away from the beauty of the new complex and bring forth what we can do. So we're looking at, Charlie's working on getting some quotes. We've got some issues with, what's that called?
Got the concrete spalding of the Tilton Ball all around the exterior of the existing high school. Actually, had an engineer out there today starting to look at it, and I'm not an engineer, but I don't know the process it's gonna take. There are some severely damaged areas, and I will update you as we get that information. As Ms. Cook says, we have a brand new beautiful facility. We need to update the high school. This would be a great addition, and in addition to, we need to get those walls prepped, prepared, and put some kind of elastomeric coating, something to protect that building, and to re-caulk all the expansion joints. I've got a bid.
That's a real need.
Yeah, and I've got a bid on that actually, so.
So we're going to be bringing all that to you soon, looking at if we get these things corrected that need to be done, what is it, to paint it. If there was, I don't put the secure vestibule, give it a new look in the front, then it kind of brings it to completion for probably what you envisioned when you first set out to this. So we just wanted to begin those conversations. I know that will be many conversations to come, and if you don't start somewhere, you'll never get there. So we want to start thinking about the next steps as we near the end of the others.
The questions that we have, maybe try to answer them, and I'll send you those renderings of the gym.
Any update on the damage to the old gym?
I have sent all the paperwork to Navigators Insurance Company, which is Marshall's Insurance, and they have told me, Mr. Waters said that he will get me an answer this week. So I sent a little more information this morning that he had requested on Friday evening when I spoke to him, and then I have a little reminder that if I've not heard from him by 1 o'clock tomorrow, I'm calling him. So, and I'm just going to keep calling. We've waited a really long time now, and we've been more than patient. We've given them everything they need. I just need them to give the thumbs up, and Quality Hardwood Floors is ready to begin working on it. So we're ready to go. We've done our due diligence. So, and Marshall is working. They said that that was last week. They would get that in 4 weeks. They would have everything repaired or in place so that the causal factors should not be an issue. So we were working on that side. We also are working with the insurance company. So hopefully we're almost there.
How's that working with the basketball season starting up now, with only one gym and the junior high and high school girls? And so they're going to have the best of the Bay tournament, and those been canceled or moved to another location, or?
Still working with all athletics have gotten together, and Mr. King's coaches and our coaches, and they've worked it out. They're still.
So you think that's going to be a busy spot?
Very busy spot in Charlie Marshall.
And I appreciate how everyone's worked together. We've just been at the mercy of the insurance company. And it's been unfortunate, but I think once it's all said and done, we'll have 2 new gym floors.
Yeah.
Hard way to go about getting it.
I think Marshall are still paying some too.
Thank you, Todd. Any further? Thank you. Questions or comments?
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is tax levy, 2018 tax levy for APISD. Shirley, you're up again. This is an action item.
This is what our tax levy is, our tax bills or invoices went out every month, what totaled up to $9,185,000. Large part of that's because we did the one-time 17-cent tax rate.
Do I hear a motion?
Will this go down from last year?
Actually, it's up from last year. Last year, was $8,780,000. So it's up $405,000.
So the rumor that Harvey diminished property is not true.
What?
That Hurricane Harvey diminished everybody's property.
Well, no, our values went down $62 million. The difference of that between the lower values is the 17 cents. But it's a little 13-cent increase on what we have.
The values went down how much?
$62 million.
Do I have a motion to approve the 2018 tax levies?
So moved. Second.
Motion holds with Mrs. Johnson and second by Mrs. Branch. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
And the motion carries. The next item is change of date for March regular board meeting. The 2019 March regular board meeting falls over spring break. Consider changing the regular board meeting for the month of March from March the 11th to either the first Monday, March 4th, or the third Monday, March 18th.
Personally, I'd rather see it the first Monday, but 'cause I'm always gone spring break, and I always want to come home.
You know, they didn't hard to get all the reports ready, but.
I know, that's what I was gonna say, that may be the reason, yeah.
That's the difference. On March 4th, the Monday before spring break, you would not have any financial reports because the information's not in time for the monthly, the monthly reports to be done. March 18th, the Monday after spring break, you would have all those reports. So either way is fine with us. It's just you would have 1 month without the financials, and then you'd have basically 2 months worth of financials in April. So which we just, either way is fine. We just want to give you the option.
Terry, what is fine with you?
Okay, motion?
I make a motion to change the date to March 18th.
Second?
Second.
We have a motion on the table to move the March board meeting to March 18th. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion stands at March 18th. The next item on the agenda is information. Oh, sorry, wrong page. Yeah, information, I'm sorry. This is the time to set aside for the board members to address any topics for the future meetings. Discuss old business. Should be listed as a separate item on the agenda in order to comply with the Open Meetings Act. This allows any interested person or party to be acknowledged in the meeting content. Does anyone have any comments or concerns?
No, but I do need some data, because in our last minutes, Tricia and I and Veronica were put together to review the drug policy, and as a committee to do that in the last minutes, and there's some items that I need to get to do that. Such as, I found most of them except for the code, the student, not the student code of conduct, but the athletic code of conduct, and the clubs that I know each one of those have their own rules. If somebody's found doing something wrong, I think we need a copy of those. I looked online, I couldn't find them anywhere, but all the rest of that is there. But each one of the clubs has their own individual contracts they make with the students. If something happens, what the consequence is going to be, and we'd like to take a look at those as well. So just at the junior high and high school, so if they can get that to me, then I can give it to our committee when we meet, so we can take a look at it.
And I was going to see if before we left this evening, since three members are here, I know we were having trouble getting the calendars to match, see if we could set the date for that committee meeting. I know that's works for good stuff. So,
Thank you.
we'll get that to you.
Okay, at this point, any other comments? We will move in the action item to convene an executive session as authorized by the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551.001, concerning any and all purposes permitted by the Act. Section 551.072, deliberate the purchase, exchange, lease, and value of real property. Section 551.074, discussing personnel and to hear complaints against personnel, employment, new positions, and consider the proposal to terminate the nurse term contract. Section 551.071 and 551.129, all executive sessions may be held for the purpose of having private consultation with the board's attorney, include via teleconference of any agenda item deemed necessary by the board, and the following specificality. Employee contract termination. At this point, we will convene. Officially 8:51, we are reconvening, and we would like to, do I have a motion to, let me see how I can do this. This is where I mess up. Okay. Reconvene the open session and act on the item requiring action from closed session. I move to propose that the term contract of Ms. Mildred Haskins be terminated for good cause, and I further move to authorize administration to provide Ms. Haskins notice of this board's proposed action. We also would like to approve administration's recommendation for the other positions and hiring of the rest of the staff. Do I have a motion?
So moved. You're gonna need to do it separately, just do that one first.
Okay. Do I have a motion to move the purpose of the term contract of Ms. Mildred Haskins?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Ms. Johnson, and seconded by Mr. Moldenax. All approve.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion stands. Then we will also have a motion to approve all the positions requested by administration and the hiring of the staff.
So moved.
Second. Motion approved by Ms. Johnson, second by Mrs. Branch. Any opposed? Motion stands. At this point, we will adjourn this meeting at 8:58. Thank you very much.